Being ambitious is part of my identity, but something I commonly overlook is how I can sometimes become overly ambitious, which I don't like to admit because being ambitious is my whole thing. The way I set my running goals, the way I train for them, and just live my life in general, it's all about being ambitious. When you're over ambitious, it can lead to injuries and actually holding you back from achieving your goals. And that's what I'm experiencing right now, is that I can't run right now because of my right knee. And this isn't just a brand new development. This has been a year of pain and struggle with my right knee, and it's my fault. Because yes, it's good to be ambitious and set ambitious goals, but you have to actually chase your goals and your dreams in a smart way. And I haven't been doing that the past year, and I need to make a change. When I say I need to make a change, this 12-month goal, this 12-month plan that I've set up and that I'm chasing, that's not gonna change. The actual goal isn't going to change, but the way I go about it has to change. Because like I said, I'm not able to run right now. I tried running last week Thursday, a week ago, and it didn't go well. I couldn't run. So that's why I'm out here, and I'm just still getting outside, get some movement in the legs since I can't run. But really, my training needs to be more focused on giving myself time to recover. I always stressed, doing daily mobility to allow your body to recover, like I said. But the last 2 months, I guess I've neglected the mobility, and I really haven't done mobility at all, let alone a daily basis. And it shows it. Just a slow buildup of stress and pain in my leg and my knee specifically, and which has led to this. And that's the thing that I need to change. It needs to stop going head first into my training. I need to slow down on how fast I'm trying to progress my training and my paces, and I need to bring mobility back into my training and just my daily life, which I'm starting with that today, because I can't wait till tomorrow or next week. I need to start doing it today and make action today. Now struggling with injury, it's hard as an athlete like me, someone whose daily life revolves around running and just being physically fit. It's hard to not be able to run, but doing daily mobility and still having my eyes set on my running goals and just framing everything that I have to do on a daily basis to get back to running in a way that looks at my goals and what I'm doing is leading me to that. It allows me to still live the identity of being a runner without being able to run. And that's important in any journey of becoming something you want to be. This mobility, it's including things that will help with my specific condition with my right knee, but also just doing other preventative mobility as well to avoid any other injuries, because in the past I've had problems with my right ankle as well. Really just any body part on my right leg I've had problems with since I was a little kid, playing football, wrestling, and then soccer. Really, soccer is probably where most of the problems stem from. And then just the repeated pressure and stress from every step you take when running kind of probably just amplified the problems and made it more prominent. That's probably the main issue. And over this roller coaster of highs and lows with my right knee, it all stemmed from a year ago, December of 2024. I injured myself, my right knee really. I injured myself playing soccer, and then made it worse with running. And then I stopped running. Was the right idea, but I didn't stop playing soccer. I played soccer all winter, which made it even worse. And that's when it really got to its worst. But I kept playing soccer, and then I had my half marathon in April of 2025, which I started running again like a month before that race. So I did that race with little training, still did pretty good for what I was aiming for, which I ran a 146 half marathon there. Stopped running again, just, I don't know, without a race on the calendar. I guess I didn't feel like running. I don't know. I wasn't fully committed to running at that point, but I ran occasionally, still played soccer, which didn't help with my knee. And then I started my sub 140 half marathon prep in August of 2025 up until I ran my half marathon race this past November. And during this prep for that race, that's when really the highs and lows really were, the cycle quickened. It was like every 2 weeks, I would go from feeling really good, not having any problems with my knee, and then all of a sudden it would just start hurting a bunch. One week I would take a day off from running, or I would just push through the pain and wait until Sunday to get to where Sundays were my rest day. I'd run 6 days a week, rest Sunday, and then the next week I would start feeling better again, and it would be back up to feeling good. And this cycle just continued the whole prep. And then 2 weeks before my race was the worst of it, but then I bounced back really well, especially with taper week. And then I was doing all right after my race, and then now it's ramping up my training again, picking up the paces a lot. This is the worst it's been since that initial injury last winter, and it's been a roller coaster, like I've been saying. And it's now, from here, it's really realizing, as the runner that I am, I need to start prioritizing recovery and mobility more than I was. I mean, I was for a little while, but then I lost sight of the importance of mobility. But from here on out, mobility is going to be daily. Recovery is top priority, even after I'm not injured anymore. And hopefully I'll be back running at full force, but smartly, in a week. Now, I know this video has been kind of all over the place, but that's just how I've been going through this this past week with being injured. And this video is really to just document what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling about this injury, and just the situation that I'm in with not being able to run, even though I identify myself as a runner. It's my identity. But really, the lesson that I'm learning from this is that to be a runner is not to be an ambitious runner, is not to attach my identity to the action of running. I don't know what specifically to attach my identity as a runner to, or really, maybe my identity isn't to be a runner. My identity is really to be the best version of myself that I can be in, no matter what it is that I'm doing. It's just running is the avenue that I'm using. So now that I'm injured and I can't do the action of running, the least I can do is to do mobility, to keep planning, to keep learning, to enhance my journey of running and just life in general. That's what I'm coming out of this whole experience with, is just, I'm not a runner. I'm just being the best version of myself I can be. And that's what I would recommend to all of you guys, is don't identify yourself as one thing. Just identify yourself as being the best version of yourself. And that should be your identity. And that's the lesson I've learned this past week, and really this whole journey as a runner. And something I will implement into my life and my training going forward through my running career, my running journey, getting back into running and still chasing this ambitious 12-month goal of mine. And I just want to say thank you for making it to this point in the video. If you do want to see what this 12-month plan of mine is, you can watch this video right here. Just thank you again for all watching, and remember to stay ambitious.